Okay, good morning, children.
Morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Today we are going to revise this chapter, chapter 2, acids, bases, and salts. Just 1 minute.
Substances that show whether the
Yes, substances, either,
acidic or basic.
very good. Substances that helps to identify other substances as acidic or basic, they are known as indicators, right? Then which are the three types of indicators?
Phenolphthalein,
Three types. Let's
Synthetic,
example.
olfactory,
Yeah.
natural.
Natural indicators, synthetic indicators, and
Yes, natural
Olfact.
indicators, synthetic indicators, olfactory indicators. These are the three types of indicators. Then examples for natural indicators, Aditya.
Yes, ma'am.
Examples for natural indicators.
Turmeric,
Yeah, turmeric. There is one flower. It's
red cabbage leaves.
lichens,
Yeah, red cabbage leaves. Then one more.
hibiscus,
Hibiscus also used for preparing this natural indicator by rubbing it in paper. Okay. Then hydrangea leaves. These all are examples of natural indicators. Then what about synthetic indicators?
Phenolphthalein,
Phenolphthalein. Then
methyl orange,
methyl orange. These two are the important examples. Then you have to learn the color change occurs to each indicator. Okay, especially in the case of synthetic indicators and litmus paper. So can you tell me when red litmus turns blue, whether the substance is acidic or basic? Red litmus to blue,
basic,
basic.
Basic.
Yes, basic substances can able to convert red litmus to blue. Then which type of substance can able to convert blue litmus to red?
acidic,
Acidic substances. Very good. So you have to remember these color changes occurs to litmus paper and also important synthetic indicators like methyl orange and phenolphthalein. Okay, that's very important. All of you switch on your videos. Okay, then what do you mean by olfactory indicators, Adil? Olfactory indicators.
in acidic and basic.
How can we determine it is acidic or basic? What's
By
the
the order of the
yes, by their
order.
order change, right? Change in order or smell. Examples for olfactory indicators, Pia? Olfactory indicators,
vanilla,
vanilla,
Onion.
onion, clove. These three are the examples for olfactory indicators. So I'm repeating once again, the color change of litmus paper, it's very important. You have to learn that. Not only color change of this litmus paper, but also other synthetic indicators like phenolphthalein, methyl orange, etc. Then which are the naturally occurring acids? Nirubama, can you tell me one example for naturally occurring acid?
Acetic acid.
Acetic acid. From which source?
Vinegar.
Vinegar. Then Haynes, Steve, can you tell me another naturally occurring acid?
citric acid,
Citric acid. Which source?
orange,
Orange, lemon, etc. Right? Then
Methanoic acid.
which one? Melvin?
Methanoic acid is
Yeah, methanoic acid. What about its source?
beetle, nettle,
Yes.
insects like
Okay, okay. They can able to produce methanoic acid. It is also known as formic acid. Okay. Methanoic acid is also known as formic acid. Then Vishnupriya, any other acid?
Tartaric acid from
Yeah, tartaric acid from
tamarind.
Yes,
Tamarind.
tamarind. Tartaric acid from tamarind. Then one more example there. Aditya?
Oxalic acid.
Yeah,
Lactic acid.
oxalic acid, that's from tomato.
Tomato.
Yes, then Aditya?
Lactic acid from curd.
Lactic acid from curd. These are certain naturally occurring acids. So you have to remember the source of this naturally occurring acid and the names of this naturally occurring acids. Okay. So just 1 minute. So in the beginning, we learned about the differences between acid and bases. You know that acid sour in taste, bases bitter in taste, then the change in the litmus paper. Okay. Then certain examples for acids and bases that we can discuss. Indicators, substances which change their color or smell in different types of substance. That means in acid and base. Then natural indicators are there. Natural indicator is a type of indicator that can be found naturally and used to indicate the presence of acid or base. This litmus, red cabbage leaves extract, flowers of hydrangea plant, turmeric, these all are examples of natural indicators. The next one is synthetic indicators. These are chemical substances and can determine whether the substance is an acidic substance or basic one. Phenolphthalein, methyl orange, etc. are the examples. Then this is the color change occurs to each type of indicator in acidic substance and in basic one. Okay. In the case of blue litmus, it will change into red in acidic substance and the red litmus changes to blue in basic substance. And in the case of methyl orange, it converted to red in acid and it is converted to yellow in base. Then phenolphthalein, no color change occurs in acid, it will change to pink in basic substance. Then olfactory indicators, these substances have different odor in acid and bases. Example, vanilla, onion, clove, etc. Yes. Then we learn certain naturally occurring acids. Vinegar, acetic acid, orange, citric acid, lemon, also citric acid, tamarind, tartaric acid, tomato, oxalic acid, then curd, lactic acid, and an interesting methanoic acid. These are common examples of naturally occurring acids. You have to remember the source also, name and source of naturally occurring acids. And can you tell me certain examples of mineral acid, children? Mineral acid. What do you mean by mineral acid?
Sulfuric acid.
Yeah, it's an example. Then
Hydrochloric acid.
hydrochloric acid. Arjun, tell me one example for mineral acid. Arjun, can you hear me? Switch on your videos, children. Savio, can you hear me?
Acetic acid.
Yes, acetic acid. Yeah, it's an example for both naturally occurring acid and mineral acid. Okay. Then another example,
Nitric acid.
nitric acid. So mineral acids means they are preparing from minerals. We can synthesize it in the laboratory or factories. Such type of acids are known as mineral acids. Such mineral acids that we are used in our laboratories. Okay, hydrochloric acid, then sulfuric acid, nitric acid, acetic acid. These all are examples of such mineral acids. Okay. Acids that prepare from minerals are known as mineral acids. They are also known as inorganic acids, man-made acids, or synthetic acids. These all are examples. Yes, then the reaction of acids and bases with metals. Do you remember the common product obtained when acids and bases react with metals, children?
Hydrogen gas.
Yes, very good. Hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas is produced when acids and bases react with metals. Then can you tell me how can we test whether hydrogen gas is produced in this chemical
By
reaction?
bringing a burning candle near it, and hydrogen will burn with pop sound.
So solution.
Soft
Passing
solution
the
not helping for determining whether hydrogen gas is produced. It's a reaction between just a base and hydrogen. That's it.
Pop sound.
Yes, when you bring a burning candle towards this gas, it burns with a pop sound. Okay, so this test helps us to determine whether hydrogen gas is produced there. So you have to remember all acids and bases react with metals to form hydrogen gas and its respective salt. Clear? Hydrogen gas and its respective salt. To test whether hydrogen is produced there, we can bring a burning candle towards that gas and it burns with a pop sound. Okay. Yes. Then I will write one reaction between this acid and base. Can you able to complete it? So not acid and base, acid and metal. So can you tell me which product is obtained here?
zinc chloride.
Very good. Zinc chloride plus
H
H2
2.
hydrogen. This is the salt formed here. Okay, zinc chloride plus hydrogen. Then what will be the product?
Zinc.
NSO4,
Zinc sulfate plus
hydrogen.
hydrogen. Okay, then HCl
Zinc chloride.
Mg.
MgCl2.
Okay, MgCl2 plus H2.
H2.
Very good. Then yes, HCl plus Fe. FeCl3 plus
H2.
H2. So you have to remember the names and chemical formula. You have to
How
remember
the 3 came?
here in
We
the,
should balance this.
yes. But in this multiple choice questions, there are no certain options for balancing, but you have to learn balancing because there are certain questions from the first chapter based on balancing. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
how the 3 came in first
Yes,
chloride?
in this chemical reaction, there are many possibilities. FeCl2 is there, FeCl3, but here the most probable product form, that is FeCl3. That we are discussed in the exercise questions, right?
Ma'am, for this MCQ first chapter is not there, right?
No, only second chapter. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. So balancing we should do.
You should know the know balancing technique, but no questions from balancing part in this MCQ. Okay. But you have to learn that. It should be followed in all chapters. That means all chemical reactions should be balanced. That's why. So you have to remember both its chemical name and chemical formula. Sometimes only chemical names are there in the options. Okay, like this. Zinc chloride, zinc sulfate, magnesium chloride, iron chloride, etc. Then you have to pick out the most suitable product form. Clear? So you have to remember the chemical formula and chemical name. If one question like this, when hydrochloric acid reacts with iron, which salt is formed? Okay, and there are certain options there, magnesium chloride, then ferric hydroxide, ferric chloride, etc. You have to select ferric chloride. So you should remember the name and chemical formula of these products. Clear? Yes. Then the next section, that is metal carbonates and metal hydrogen carbonates react with acids. Which is the common product form here? Metal carbonates and metal hydrogen carbonates.
Salt, carbon
Very good. Carbon
dioxide, water.
dioxide. Yes, carbon dioxide. Then how can you determine whether carbon dioxide is produced there?
When it is passed through a lime water, it turns lime water into milky.
Very good. So this one is also very important. When you pass this carbon dioxide through lime water, it will turn lime water milky. This is a test that helps to determine whether carbon dioxide is produced there. Clear, children? When you pass carbon dioxide gas through lime water, it will turn lime water milky. So all metal carbonates or metal hydrogen carbonates react with acids to form carbon dioxide. Along with carbon dioxide, salt and water is produced. But the formation of carbon dioxide, it is very important. So you have to remember, when acids and bases react with metals, hydrogen gas is produced. Then metal carbonates or metal hydrogen carbonates react with acids, carbon dioxide is produced. Clear?
Yes,
And you
ma'am.
should distinguish both tests. The case of hydrogen, when you bring a burning candle towards the gas, it burns with a pop sound. And in the case of carbon dioxide, when you pass this carbon dioxide gas through lime water, it will turn lime water milky. Clear? Then what's the name of the reaction when acids and bases react with each other?
Neutralization.
Neutralization.
Neutralization reaction. Then Johan. Johan. Johan, are you there? Arjun? Johan?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, which are the products formed in neutralization reaction? Yes.
Hydrogen and water.
Not hydrogen and water. Acid and base reacts together to form. Neutral products are obtained. So can you tell me, Johan?
Salt and water.
Very good. Salt and water. These are the products formed in each neutralization reaction. Okay. When acids react with bases, salt and water is formed. This reaction is known as neutralization reaction. Okay. So can you tell me one example for this neutralization reaction? Arjun, an example for neutralization reaction. Yes.
HCl plus NaOH becomes
Yeah.
NaCl plus H2.
What's the product?
NaCl plus H2.
NaCl plus H2O. Okay, then Melvin, can you tell me another example for the neutralization reaction? Acid react with base.
HNO3 plus
Yeah.
NaOH.
Yes. Then
HNO3 gives
gives.
NaNO3
Very good.
plus
NaNO3.
H2O.
Yes. So you can write H2O first. Okay, then you can join the remaining portion, NaNO3. Then what about the product form here? H2SO4 plus KOH. Question to Apsana. Apsana, tell me. Apsana. All of you, please switch on your videos. Bhadra, can you tell me? Bhadra,
Yes, ma'am.
what is the product form here?
KOSO4 plus H2O.
K2SO4 plus H2O. Potassium sulfate plus water. So every acid and base reacts together. A salt and water is formed. Okay. So that is known as neutralization reaction. Then we learned the reaction of metallic oxides with acids. Okay, reaction of metallic oxides with acids. So what about the nature of this metallic oxide? Because the same product, salt and water, is formed here. So this metallic oxide react with acids. Yeah, Vishnupriya?
Metallic oxides are basic in nature.
Very good. Metallic oxides are basic in nature. You have to remember this point. Okay, metallic oxide plus acid gives salt and water. This is similar to neutralization reaction, right? So the nature of this metallic oxide, it is basic because base plus acid gives salt and water. And the next one, non-metallic oxide with base gives salt plus water. So what about the nature of non-metallic
Acidic.
oxide? Acidic, yes. Acidic. Okay, then which ion is common in all acids?
I
H plus.
Yes, H plus ion is common in all acids. They can able to produce H plus ions. Okay, only in the presence of water. You have to remember that point. All acids can able to produce H plus ions only in the presence of water. Okay. And these H plus ions are responsible for their acidic properties. These H plus ions are responsible for their acidic properties. Then which ions are common in all bases?
OH.
minus ions.
Yes, OH minus ions. All acids contain H plus ions and all bases contains OH minus ions. So these ions are responsible for their acidic and basic properties of acids and bases. So can you tell me why this glucose and alcohol do not able to produce electricity while they contain hydrogen?
They are not present in the form of ions. Hydrogen.
Yes, they cannot able to produce H plus ions. They have hydrogen in their molecular formula, but they cannot able to produce H plus ions. Okay, if ions present there, it can able to produce electricity. This is clear?
Yes,
This is clear, children. And you have to remember the point, only in the presence of water, acids can able to produce H plus ions. And these H plus ions are responsible for all acidic properties of acids. Okay. Then what's the difference between base and alkali? What's the difference?
Alkaline is soluble.
Soluble in water.
Yes, bases that are soluble in water is known as alkali. Okay, bases that are soluble in water are known as alkali. So that's the difference. Kane, Steve, Aman, Apsana, Aditya, Fia, Sainaba, Haya, Adedi, Pratyush, Hadi, Amin, Sabio, Aditya, Meghna, Johan. Switch on your videos. Yes. So can you tell me which is the correct method for diluting an acid? Acid into water or water into acid? Which is the correct method? Aditya? S. Krishna.
We have to pour acid drop by drop, then stir it.
Yes. We have to pour acid drop by drop into water with continuous stirring. This is the correct method for diluting the acid. Okay. Because this dilution of acid with water, it is an exothermic process. That means a lot of heat is generated. Okay. So in order to protect ourselves, we are using this method. Just pouring acid drop by drop into water with constant stirring. Okay. The next portion about the pH. So what do you mean by pH? It's a scale for measuring the hydrogen ion concentration, right? It's a universal indicator. It's a mixture of several indicators. So can you tell me what about the pH range of neutral solutions?
7.
7.
pH of neutral solution is 7. Then what about acidic substances?
Below 7.
Yes,
Below
this
7.
is less than 7. Then Sainaba, what about basic substances, Sainaba? Sainaba, can you hear me? Savio,
Yes, ma'am.
what about the pH range of basic substances?
Below 7.
No. Below 7 is for acids, right?
Above 7.
Yes, greater than 7. Okay, you have to remember this point. All acids have pH value less than 7. All bases have pH value greater than 7. For neutral solution, the pH value is 7. Clear? Then which are the different types of acids depending upon the pH value? Different types.
Weak and strong.
Yes, strong acid, weak acid. Similarly, strong base, weak base. You have to remember the pH value of strong acid. It is near to 1. Okay, it is near to 1. Then in the case of base, it is near to 11. Because when hydrogen ion concentration increases, pH value decreases. When hydrogen ion concentration decreases, this pH value increases. And in the case of OH minus ion concentration, when OH minus ion concentration increases, pH value increases. Okay, then you have to learn the examples for certain strong acids, strong bases, weak acids, weak bases. Can you tell me some examples for strong acid, Meghna? Strong acids.
Sulfuric acid,
Yes, sulfuric acid, hydrochloric acid, nitric acid. These all are examples of strong acid. Then what about weak acids?
Acetic acid,
Acetic acid.
lactic acid,
Yeah. Then carbonic acid. These all are examples of weak acids. Then what about strong base? Strong base.
sodium hydroxide,
Yes, sodium hydroxide. Then
phosphorus,
potassium hydroxide. These all are examples of strong bases. Okay, strong bases. Then what are the examples of weak bases, children? Weak bases, magnesium hydroxide, ammonium hydroxide. These all are examples of weak bases. Okay.
yes, ma'am.
Then the importance of pH. Okay, importance of pH. Our body functions between the pH range 7 to 7.8. Then soil, in the case of soil, the pH should be maintained for the healthy growth of plants. Then in our stomach, when excess amount of hydrochloric acid is produced, there is a disease condition called acidity or indigestion. We can solve this issue with antacids. Okay. Then tooth decay, it begins below the pH 5.5, 5.6, that level. Then the tooth enamel, it is made up of calcium phosphate. It is the hardest substance and it is corroded when the pH is below 5.5. We can use certain toothpaste to solve these issues. Then pH of acid rain, it is less than 5.6. Then the causes of this acid rain on both non-living and living systems. Then the self-defense by animals and plants through this production of small amount of acid, it is known as methanoic acid. Yes, the next topic is salt. So salt is a combination of which ion from acid and which ion from base? Salt is a combination of
Cation on H, OH minus.
cation from
Anion.
cation from base or acid. Cation is positive ion. So it's from
base,
cation from base and anion from acid. Okay. The salt is a combination of an anion of an acid and a cation of a base. Cation is always positive. So it's from base. You have to write the cation first, then anion. And it's prepared by the neutralization reaction between acid and base. Then we learn different types of salt, right? Potassium sulfate, sodium sulfate, calcium sulfate, magnesium sulfate, copper sulfate, etc. Then we can able to categorize it into a different family depending upon the cation or anion present in this salt. Then there are neutral salt. Which type of acid and which type of base combined
Strong
together?
acid and strong base.
You have to remember this point. Yeah. Strong acid and strong base combined together to form neutral salt. And their pH value is 7. Example, NaCl CaSO4, etc. So it is formed from strong base, sodium hydroxide, and strong acid, HCl. Okay, NaOH, HCl. These two are strong acids and strong base. That's why a neutral salt is formed. And in the second one, it is acidic salt, strong acid and weak base. It is acidic, right? So strong acid, then weak base. Here the pH value is less than 7 because it is acidic salt. Then the example NH4Cl, CaSO4, etc. Here the base is NH4OH. It's a weak base. Then acid is HCl. It's a strong acid. Clear? Then the third one, that is basic salt. It is formed from strong base and weak acid because it is basic. So strong base, weak acid. pH value is more than 7. In the example here, CaCO3. So it is CaOH twice, calcium hydroxide, then carbonic acid, H2CO3. Then we learned about common salt. Its chemical name is sodium chloride. The production of the sodium chloride, it is from sodium hydroxide and HCl. Then we learned different chemicals from common salt. This one is very important. Okay, chemicals from common salt. In the case of this different chemicals, you have to learn the common name, chemical name, and chemical formula. From this part, surely one question is there. So you have to learn the common name, chemical formula. So we are starting from first one, sodium hydroxide. What's its common name? Sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide.
N.
Common name.
Baking soda acid.
No.
Common salt.
No. It's obtained from common salt. It is known as caustic soda. This one is important. Caustic soda, its chemical formula is NaOH. Then chemical name is sodium hydroxide. Okay. NaOH, caustic soda. Then its chemical name sodium hydroxide. Then the second one, CaOCl2. What's its common name? CaOCl2. Which one?
Bleaching powder.
Yeah, bleaching powder. Its chemical formula is CaOCl2. Okay, CaOCl2. It is known as calcium hypochlorite. Calcium hypochlorite. So common name bleaching powder. Chemical name calcium hypochlorite. Chemical formula CaOCl2. CaOCl2. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Then the third one is baking soda. What about the chemical formula of baking soda, Melvin?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the chemical formula of baking soda? John Samuel, can you tell me?
NaHCO3.
Yeah, NaHCO3. Okay, this is the third chemical from common salt. Baking soda, its chemical formula is NaHCO3. What's its chemical name? Chemical name?
Sodium carbonate.
Sodium hydrogen carbonate. Okay, sodium hydrogen carbonate. Or sodium hydrocarbonate, then sodium bicarbonate. These all are the names of the same compound, NaHCO3. Sodium hydrogen carbonate. Clear? It is known as baking soda. Then what about the next chemical? Fourth one,
Washing soda.
washing soda. While writing the chemical formula of washing soda, don't forget to write 10H2O. Na2CO3, 10H2O. That's the full chemical formula of washing soda. If you write only Na2CO3, that is wrong. So you have to write Na2CO3, 10H2O.
Ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, in between Na2CO3 and 10H2O, any point is there?
Yeah, you can write one dot there. Okay, Na2CO3 dot, then 10H2O. So these are the four chemicals obtained from this common salt. It's very important. NaOH, caustic soda, its common name. Sodium hydroxide, its chemical name. Second one, CaOCl2, bleaching powder, that's its common name. Its chemical name is calcium hypochlorite. Okay. Then third one, NaHCO3, that is known as baking soda. It is known as sodium hydrogen carbonate. Sodium hydrogen carbonate.
Ma'am, what's the chemical name of bleaching powder?
Yes,
Chemical name of bleaching powder.
calcium hypochlorite. Calcium hypochlorite. Okay. Then the fourth one, that is Na2CO3 10H2O. It is known as washing soda. Washing soda. Simply Na2CO3, that is sodium carbonate. But you have to write this 10H2O also. Then it becomes washing soda.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
And what is the chemical name of washing soda?
Yeah, that's why I told you Na2CO3, it's simply known as sodium carbonate. Okay. When this 10H2O added to the sodium carbonate, it becomes washing soda. Then you have to learn the uses of these chemicals. Okay, at least learn 2 uses. What are the uses of bleaching powder? Bleaching powder.
For bleaching, cotton, wood pulp.
Yeah, bleaching purposes. Then oxidizing agent in many chemical industries, disinfecting drinking water. Then the production of sodium hydroxide, it is known as which process? What's the name? Production of caustic soda, sodium hydroxide, it is known as?
Chloralkali.
Very good. Chlor-alkali process. Because the products obtained are chlorine and one alkali is there. That's why it is known as chlor-alkali process. You have to learn the uses of chlorine, hydrogen, sodium hydroxide. Then the uses of baking soda. Used for preparing baking powder. It's a mixture of no, baking powder, it's a mixture of baking soda and tartaric acid. Then this baking soda, it's used to in soda acid fire extinguishers, then used as an ingredient in antacids. These are the uses of sodium hydrogen carbonate. And the next one is washing soda. The uses of washing soda, that is used in glass, soap and paper industries, used in the manufacture of sodium compounds such as borax. And it is used for removing permanent hardness of water, cleansing agent. These are the uses of washing soda. Then the last one, water of crystallization. That means the number of water molecules present in that molecule. It is known as water of crystallization. Then there are 2 important products there, plaster of Paris and gypsum. Okay, this plaster of Paris, it comes into contact with moisture, it reacts with water and gypsum is formed. You have to learn the chemical formula of both plaster of Paris and gypsum. Clear? So these are the portions in this chapter. Then one more thing, if I write different substances here, water, then HCl, then acetic acid, that is CH3COH. Okay. CH3COH. This is acetic acid. Then NaOH. And there is one question like this. Please arrange this one in the increasing order of their acidic strength. Which one will become first? Increasing order of acidic strength. So these are the options. Which one will come first? Which one? Increasing order. So you have to start from the least acidic strength one.
Water.
Water.
Then what about base?
NaOH.
Yeah, starting from NaOH. Okay. Then water. Then what about the next one?
CH3.
Yes, it's a weak acid, right? So CH3COH. Then the next one is HCl.
Hydrochloric.
Yes, it's a strong acid. This one is weak acid. So this is the increasing order of acidic strength. Okay. And you can also learn how to write depending upon the basic strength. So you can start from the least one. Then you can write the strong one last. Clear? So all of you revise the portions very well from this chapter. There is only one chapter for this MCQ. So you can learn it thoroughly. because there are 3 chapters for your term 1 exam. If you learn this chapter thoroughly for this MCQ, it will be easy for you to learn in term 1. Okay. And all the best for your exam.
Thank
This
you,
first
ma'am.
exam is science, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So all the best for your exam. Let me take your attendance. Just wait.
During exam, we will have class.
I think so. Yes. Okay, children. Then thank you all. See you in the next class. Bye. All of you revise well and
You, ma'am.
attend the exam with proper care. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. See you in the next class. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.